Hello and welcome, my connoisseurs of movies, TV show, and literature. You ready to shake things up? For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. You may call me Luke Garou, and you are here to feast on my opinion of all things movie, TV, and book. And this time, we have a strange suggestion. This particular novel was recommended to me by a pen pal that I have had a falling out with before the book arrived at my local library. I reached out to tell them how I felt, how I was feeling about their suggestion. However, nothing. They haven't contacted me back. Their loss. I liked our conversations and valued their input on both my legitimate writing and my fan fictions, but like I said, their loss since they stopped reaching out. Even though I've said, hello, how you doing, multiple times. Now, the novel in question, you may remember from an earlier episode, is Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. Now, when I first started reading this novel, I had two questions pop in my head. The first, is Yumi's home the planet painters people sees whenever they look at the night sky? And the other question is far darker. Are the nightmares that Painter has to dispel the dried up husks of spirits that Yumi summons to help her people? Now, if you notice, I'm only about a fourth of the way through this book. And that is because I've come to the conclusion that I really don't care about the answers to those two questions. I have been trying to read this novel far longer than the library would like. I should have given this back to the library without late fees before Christmas. And I'm still only a fourth of the way through it. I do not like the way it is written. I cannot get into it. The best way I can say that this novel is written is think of the video game The Stanley Parable. You know how they have the narrator that tells Stanley what to do? Well, this novel has a narrator who reminds me of the narrator from The Stanley Parable. What should be thrilling and exciting and scary comes off as flat and dull. This story should have you on the edge of your seat. Oh my gosh, this girl can summon spirits and have them conform themselves to whatever a family needs to help them survive. This young man takes nightmarish creatures that feed off of the energy of the living and paints them into oblivion. I mean, that's thrilling. But reading it, the way it's written, feels like sandpaper on a sunburn. I just, no offense to the people who like Brandon Sanderson's writing, I just cannot get into it. I can't get a feel for the characters. I can't even get a feel for the narrator. I can't get invested in this book, which is really sad. Because like I said, it should be thrilling and exciting, and you want to know how Yumi saves the spirits and why she and Painter keep switching bodies. Yeah, that's where I left off. Yumi is in Painter's world. Painter is a ghost, and everybody sees Yumi as a girl. But when Painter inhabited Yumi's body in her world, everybody saw him as her, and she was the ghost. That should be exciting. That should be thrilling. Instead, it felt like, okay, it's the weather report. I'm sorry. Like I said, I've tried for about a month and a half, and I dread trying to pick it up and read it. And if you've read Yumi and the Nightmare Painter and you liked it, please tell me why. And tell me how the writer connected with you. I am curious, genuinely curious. Because, like I said, the way it is written, for me, I can't get into it. If it was written in a different style, I probably would have been able to breeze through it no problem. So, let me know in the comments. Have you read Yumi and the Nightmare Painter? Did you like it? If you haven't, will you read it to figure out for yourself whether you like the style or not, and to figure out the answers to the questions I gave you? Or will you let my opinion of this writing style stop you from reading it? And if that's the case, please don't. Please don't let my opinion of this novel stop you from reading it. This is just my opinion. But let me know in the comments. Have you read it? Will you read it? If you read it, did you like it? If you read it, did you not like it? Kindness is the key to understanding, so be kind to me and be kind to each other, especially in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!